Good morning. Welcome again to Morning Devotions. Thank you again so much for our time together. In all of our services today, all three campuses, I'll be preaching out of the book of Acts, the very last sermon in the book of Acts. Almost 10 years of studying, we're wrapping up today as we see how did Paul face conflict? When he knew he was walking into the fire, how did Paul stay in control and in charge? It's a fun study. Right now, let's go back to the book of Daniel, chapter 1. Daniel chapter 1, verse 17. Now, to these four men God gave knowledge and understanding of all kinds of literature and learning. Now, to these four men God gave knowledge and understanding. Another translation, God said God gave them the ability to learn all disciplines of learning. God gave the ability to learn to Daniel, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Now, why did he do that? Well, if you look earlier in chapter 1, they resolved not to defile themselves with the king's food. They resolved not to drink wine. They resolved not to compromise what they believed and who they were. And because they chose, even though they were foreigners, even though they were slaves in an alien culture, they chose to live for God. They chose a life of no compromise. The reward was God gave them an ability, and by the time it was over, they were the head and not the tail. Now, I want to challenge all of you young people today. The way to get ahead is not to compromise. To go along, to get along, is not the way to get ahead in life. It's the way to live in mediocrity and failure, to be honest. Do you really want to get ahead in life? Young people, do you really want to get ahead in your studies? Then don't participate. As we learned the other day from Peter, let them think that it's strange that you don't participate with them in all of their sin. You just live right. You don't put anybody else down. You don't criticize anybody. You don't have a holier-than-thou attitude. But you just live for God. And watch how God gives you the ability to learn and makes you the head and not the tail.